My starting hand contains 3 of his 5 transformations. I'm hoping to get all 3 out in 2 strikes. Eugenia is a control character, but she lacks in mobility she more than makes up for in forced discards and effects that capitalize on that. Going to range 2 to execute this attack was really risky. Galdred doesn't have any fast specials at this range. Eugenia was likely to have an attack that outsped him here. The risk was further increased as Galdred is not interested in crossing against Eugenia. He's a close-range brawler, and Eugenia has powerful ranged options. I try to accomplish my goal of 3 transforms and 2 strikes, and succeed. I'm happy despite this being an unfavorable trade. Though gaining speed and boosting from gauge are powers to be respected, the transformation I'm most excited about having at this point in the match is No Escape. It allows me to prevent a chosen attack from being used when I initiate a strike. Galdred is a rushdown character. He is like the Exodia of Exceed. While simple in theory, Galdred is very challenging to pilot and is not recommended for new players. I was very fortunate to have had block discarded, as speed 0 is the hardest speed for Eugenia to match. Onward with the speed 5 striking at range 2. Amazingly, it ends well for me. Spike was a solid choice for Eugenia to play here, but unfortunately it is hard countered by my assault. With my advantage, I utilize Grasp. With Plot Hook as the response, I had to be considerate of which direction to move her. I chose to put her in the corner so the pull effect from Plot Hook wouldn't fling me across the stage. Opponent chooses to discard an Ultra to generate the 2 force needed to switch sides with me. This will give her the opportunity to have more control over positioning. I boost from my gauge, so my turn isn't a complete waste. With the distance Eugenia has created, I know she's planning on striking with Absinthe and Arrow or Plot Hook. As Plot Hook was recently used, I ban Absinthe and Arrow for this strike. Her response is appropriate. There was only 1 attack I could hit with at this range. With my power boost, I win this trade by only 1 life. I attack with my final transformation attack. It's speed 0, so I'm at the mercy of whatever she responds with. The only 2 attacks that can cause me to miss are Cross and Dive. I ban Dive, which reveals that my attack is speed 3 or less. I am surprised that the response was with a weak hitting attack. My first reaction to this boost is to not draw any cards, but then I realize that I will have to discard a card at random. I really don't want to lose my Hydra Helix, so I draw 4 to increase the odds of me keeping it. I am pleased when the result is that I have an EX Helix in my hand. Upon exceeding, I get to strike. I lash out with my EX Helix, which is guaranteed to hit, and will be worth it regardless of how poorly the trade goes. It causes both players to discard their hand, which powers me up while weakening my opponent. I also gain advantage to capitalize on Eugenia's weakened state. This is awesome! An interesting side note, the order in which both players discard their hand starts with the active player, so Eugenia has a chance to damage me by matching the speeds of my discarded cards. Amazingly, she can't match any of them. I strike with my Exceed ability and ban block. This attack is unbeatable, and my victory is sealed.